Zu Yisrael, Kuma be'ezrat Yisrael, Ufdei chinumecha, Yehuda be'Yisrael. Go Aleinu Adonai Tzivaot Shemo, Kiddush Yisrael, Kiddush Yisrael. Oh yeah.
Hi, I'm Rabbi Mishkin, and we're going to go over how you put on tefillin so that if you'd like you can fulfill the mitzvah of tefillin and you can put it on and know how to put it on. And we're doing this a couple of weeks before the Worldwide Wrap, which is a program sponsored by the Men's Club of the Conservative Movement. Men's clubs throughout the United States and throughout the world will gather many people in their congregation to fulfill the mitzvah of tefillin Sunday morning. And in 2008, the Worldwide Wrap is on February 3rd. It always falls out on Super Bowl Sunday. So if you are interested in wrapping tefillin with a community, look for a conservative synagogue in your area and join us for the Worldwide Wrap. On the table in front of me, I have my talit and my tefillin. And there's a very specific order in terms of how we put all this on. First, we put on the talit. And although we're not going to talk a lot about the talit today, I will show you how to properly put it on. Actually, you should cover your head with your talit, even if it's smaller than this one, and you say the bracha, the blessing, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehitatef batzitzit, and you can wrap the talit around your head a little bit, and then you place it on your shoulders. And the meaning of that blessing is, praised are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who has commanded us to wrap ourselves in the tzitzit, in the fringes. Now that I have my talit on, I'll turn to the tefillin. If you have anything on the arm that you're going to be putting the tefillin on, you should take it off. The tefillin should be directly on your skin. If you're right-handed, the tefillin goes on your left arm. If you're left-handed, the tefillin goes on your right arm. Or whatever your stronger arm is, it should go on the weaker arm. One of the reasons is there's a special spelling for the word yadcha, which means your hand. And in Exodus, one of the spellings is spelled a little bit different than it normally would, and it has a play on words. The rabbis also read it not only to mean that you should put the tefillin on your hand, but you should also put it on yad keha, which means your weaker hand. And thus we put the tefillin on the opposite arm. We start with the shel yad, which is the tefillin that we put on the yad, the hand and the arm, and we open up the loop. This is the top, and the top goes up on the arm. A very easy way to do it is to hold your palm straight up. Because what you want to do is you want to bring the tefillin up to your bicep, about 2 fingers higher than where the elbow is. It should be towards the top of the bicep and not directly at the top, a little bit in front. And then you bring it a little bit down because it's supposed to be opposite your heart. And when I bring my arm down, the box of the tefillin will be by my heart. And then what you do is you can hold it in place and you can tighten the strap just a little bit. And now before it's really tight, you say the blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahaniach tefillin. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who has commanded us to put on tefillin. And after you say the blessing, you then tighten. You pull on the strap and you can push with your thumb and you tighten. And you want it to be pretty snug. And then once you do that, Ashkenazim, Jews from Europe, in Eastern Europe, wrap towards the heart. Okay, so I'm wrapping the strap now this way towards the heart. And I'll do one above the elbow. That helps give the tefillin some stability, but it's not going to be part of the counting. Now, once I'm below the elbow, I'm going to count 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wrappings. And then it goes onto the hand. And 7, of course, is a significant number in the Bible. God created the world in 7 days. In 6 days rest on the 7th. And so 7 represents completion. It reminds us of God's role in the world and how we're God's partner in creation. Also, if we count the patriarchs and the matriarchs, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, we get 7. And it reminds us of our past. And there's many different wonderful ideas with 7. Now that what I basically did is once I got it around the hand, I just pulled the strap around and kind of locked it in so I can move my hand and the straps won't fall. Now we go to part 2 of putting on the tefillin, the shel rosh. The rabbis asked, is tefillin one mitzvah, is it one commandment or 2? Is it one commandment with 2 parts or 2 separate parts? If it's one commandment, it should only have 1 blessing. And if it's 2 separate commandments, it should have 2 blessings. And since they weren't sure, they instituted that we say a second blessing over the shel rosh, which you'll hear in a moment. And then after I say the blessing, I'm going to say Baruch Shem Kavod Machuto Le'olam Va'ed, which is actually an expression we use if we've said a blessing and we didn't mean to say it. So really it's kind of a compromised position. We'll say the second blessing, then we'll say that formula, which basically is saying if I wasn't supposed to say that blessing, please don't count it. All right, so basically this has a bigger loop, and that's going to go on the head, and we just bring it around. Now once again, if you wear a big yarmulke, you should lift it up because the straps of the tefillin should be directly touching your head. It shouldn't be twisted over or anything like that. You should feel it should be flat on the head. Once it's resting but not tight yet, then again you say the blessing. I'll pull the straps around in the front. And the second blessing is Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav tivanu al mitzvat tefillin. Praised are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who has commanded us with the commandment of tefillin. And then you pull it down a little bit more just so it's tight and snug. The box should be at the top of your hairline, and if your hairline's receded, it should be where your hairline used to be. It should not be down by your eyes. It should be up on your forehead. And then the knot should be right at the nape of the neck, in the back. And now that I have this on, I'll say Baruch Shem Kavod Machuto Le'olam Va'ed. That's the easy part. The shel rosh is on. If your shel rosh doesn't fit, there are ways to tighten and loosen it. Go see your neighborhood rabbi or cantor, and they can help you with that. Now we're going to go to part 3 of the tefillin, which is putting the shel yad on the hand itself. We're spelling God's name, one of God's names, Shaddai. It's the same name of God that we put on the mezuzah. And so now I'm undoing the straps that are on my hand. Okay, an easy way to do it is if you have your thumb down. Now there are several traditions in how to wrap. So you may know a different tradition. If it's a little different, that doesn't mean you're wrong. There are several traditions. I'll show you the one that I know. You bring it around the middle finger once, twice, and then 3 times. And as you do each of those wrappings, it's almost representing a ring on your finger, a betrothal to God. There's this beautiful expression we say from Hosea, from the prophet Hosea, chapter 2, verses 20 and 21. Verastich li leolam, you say that with the first wrapping. Verastich li b'tzedek u'mishpat v'chesed v'rachamim. Verastich li b'emunah. And I will be betrothed to you in love. I will be betrothed to you in justice, righteousness, and compassion. And I will be betrothed to you forever. And then we bring, the 4th wrapping includes the ring finger. And then I do 1 wrapping with the 2 of those, and now I bring it down here. As I did 3, and then the 4th was with the base of the ring finger, and then I bring it down, and now I have 2 legs of the shin, and then you bring it around, and now I have 3 legs of the shin. And then you bring this around. Sometimes people have a lot, and you have to keep wrapping it around until you're almost out of strap, and then again, you tuck it in and pull down, and you can do that several times and lock it in. And what we've done now is we have shin, and then the dalid is facing this way, dalid and yud. We have Shaddai, we have God's name. We also have the name Shaddai on the tefillin. There's a shin on the box. The knot in the back looks like a dalid, or it looks like a box which would have a dalid in it. And then the yud for Shaddai on the shel rosh, they say is the end of the strap. So both on our head and on our hand and arms, we spell God's name. That we have God's name on us, we have the Torah on us. And it reminds us that we should dedicate our minds, our creativity, our intellect, as well as our strength in our actions to God and to the mitzvot, and to making the world a better place, doing acts of tikkun olam. Taking off the tefillin, you do it in the exact order that you put it on. You take off the shel yad, you'll take off the shel rosh, and then you'll take off the arm. And I'll do that real quickly, but just so you know. Once again, you'll wrap it around. Lock it in. You take off the shel rosh. You should actually wrap the shel rosh. This is a protective box. Most people have different kinds of protective boxes that we store them in. And then you just wrap it real quickly before you take off the shel yad. This shows honor and respect to the tefillin, that you don't just have it sitting out, but you should take it out 1 piece at a time, and you put it back 1 piece at a time. Now I've taken it, And I'm going to put it all the way back into the tefillin bag. And now I can go and just take this off real quickly. And loosen it. You pull it down once again, the protective box. And then this, if you pull down here, it should bring the strap up, and then you can just wrap it around. And once again, you should put it in. And as a matter of fact, the tradition really tells us that how we put it in the tefillin bag, that we should be thoughtful how we put it in the tefillin bag. And what I'll do is I'm going to put the shel yad on the side where I open the zipper of the bag, so that as I open up my bag, the first one I pull out is the shel yad. Everything is exactly in the proper order for how I should put it on. And when I put it away in that exact order. And that is how we put on tefillin and take off tefillin. Thank you.